We're live.
We're live. I'm here too, guys.
Yeah, Yanni's camera is working today.
I think it's working.
For now. So, welcome guys. Thanks for joining. Comment if you're here. Say hi. We are doing shoulders today, so we're gonna use your belt or a yoga strap or a scarf or whatever you have. And if we have time, we might do some stuff either up against the wall or whatever furniture that you have, like a couch. If you're sitting down, a couch would be fine too. Whatever is near you to help us stretch out our shoulders. So
yeah. So today our focus is on is on some shoulder stretches, right? Which is, I think, something that we need in jiu-jitsu because a lot of people who do jiu-jitsu have tight shoulders from being submitted over and over.
And having loose shoulders in jiu-jitsu has gotten me a lot out of omoplata submissions.
She's a cheater.
I am a cheater.
Dirty cheater.
Yeah, so it'll help your injury prevention, and if you've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while, your shoulders are probably tighter than usual, so this will be good for you. Because shoulders are a very specialized target, we are going to mix in other things into the routine and just sort of trickle in shoulder into whatever we're doing. So we'll start off with our usual easy sit position, hands on the knees, and we'll just roll out our shoulders. Good, we're bringing up, back, and down, up, back, and down. And then reverse, up, back, and forward. And then up, back again. And then relax your shoulders down, interlace your palms behind the back, puff up your chest, elbows straight. Deep breaths into your collarbone area, lifting the head away from the shoulders. Slight back bending here. One more deep breath. Good, relax. Take the left hand to the right knee, gentle twist. What?
Tyler is posting. He said he already pulled a muscle.
Tyler! He was absent for a while on the streams. Where you been?
No, Tyler, Lauren's a big time wrestler, for sure. He's commenting on commenting on your hoodie.
Oh yeah, Yanni and I plan to wear matching rash guards today, but it's freezing in New York, so I'm waiting to take off my sweater. And then switch again.
I should be wearing my Mala wrestling hoodie.
And then switch again. Good, relax, bring the hands forward. And we'll do some cat-cow stretching. So inhale, look up. Exhale, round your back, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round your back. One more time up. Exhale, round. This time we're holding the round. Squeeze your abs. And bring it back to center. Good. We're going to do some dynamic threading the needle. So the right hand comes up. Look at the thumb. On the exhale, thread your ear and shoulder to the floor for one deep breath. And then inhale, press into your left palm. Inhale, looking up. Again, exhale, thread and hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread and hold. Inhale, lift, open the shoulder. Exhale, thread. Last time, lifting. Exhale, threading, and hold for 3 deep breaths. Good, coming up. And we'll switch. Left hand comes up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread. And hold for 3, 2, 1 more deep breath. Good, coming back to all fours. We'll tuck the toes, downward facing dog, pedal out your heels. And then walk your hands back toward your feet and just hang, get a little sway. And then slowly rolling up. Okay, so we're gonna do a few sun salutations with some shoulder stretches weaved in there. So I'm gonna actually take this off now so you can see my shoulders.
The heat's starting to work now. I feel the heat.
Yeah, I know. I feel the heat flaring now. Okay, so our regular sun salutation, we start with the arms coming up, and then before coming down, we're just going to interlace behind your back, elbows straight, and puff up the chest just like we did sitting down. And after one big deep breath here, we'll get a slight bend in the knees, drop the head, and hold the arms overhead for 3 deep breaths, looking at the toes or the ankles. And then relax your wrists towards your low back, and then bring the hands down. That sort of protects your shoulders. If you have a really deep stretch and then you try to just let go of your wrists, you can potentially hurt your rotator cuff. So hands come down, and then 1 foot at a time we step back to plank, and we go through our regular flow. Step or jump forward. Inhale the arms up. And then again, interlace your hands behind you. Puff up the chest. One more deep breath. Good, bending your knees, drop your head, arms overhead towards the floor. Relaxing the neck. Relaxing the hands towards your low back, and then dropping the hands. Go ahead and step back into your plank, going through your flow. Step or jump forward. Inhale all the way up, and then bring it behind the back. Again, stretch. Bending forward, arms overhead. Good. Hands to the low back and then to the floor. Step or jump back to plank. Go through your flow. Downward facing dog. Step or jump forward. Inhale the arms up and behind the back. Open up the chest. Slight bend in the knees, arms overhead. Hands to the low back, to the floor, step or jump back. Downward facing. Step or jump forward. This time we're just gonna hold the forward fold. So relax your arms, relax your head. 5. Good, slowly rolling up. Good, roll the shoulders out again. Bring your left fingertips to your left shoulder and then rotate the shoulder like you're drawing a circle with your elbow. And then reverse the circle. Good, relax, and we'll switch. Fingertips. And reverse. Good, relax, shake it out. Same thing, but with a straight arm and a little less restriction. So we'll take a forward swing with your right arm, swing it forward and back, like a figure 8. So you are kind of letting the arm become dead weight here. One more, and we'll switch. Opposite hand up and forward. Two more. Very good. Same idea, but we're just going back and forth. So your hips are gonna stay square toward me. Everything from your rib cage up is rotating. Arms are dead weight. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hands come back behind your back. Puff up your chest. Exhale, fold forward. 5 deep breaths. Hands to the low back, then to the floor. Step or jump back. Go through your flow. Kneading forward, forward fold. 5 deep breaths. Next week I'm thinking we focus on hip flexors.
Hip flexors, nice.
Yeah.
For the guard. Remember yesterday in the Zoom stream we were talking about Tommy Langecker's hip flexibility when he was doing the guard retention.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And slowly come up. Good. So have your belt or strap handy. So we want nice and tight, no slack on the fabric. Elbows are straight, and we're taking it up and back. The wider your grip, the easier this will be. So as you're going up and back at your own pace, see what grip is comfortable yet challenging enough for you. And we're just getting the fluid flowing in the joint. One more time. And then relax, bring the belt forward and just roll the shoulders out. So we're gonna do that one more time. This time maybe a little bit more of a narrow grip. And after 5 rotations, we'll hold it at your tightest point. Go ahead, inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. If you notice that you're having a hard time keeping the elbow straight, it's probably a sign that you need a wider grip. And 2 more, nice and easy. And last one, holding it for 5 deep breaths at your tightest point. Good, relaxing it down. We'll put the strap to the side, but keep it handy because we'll need it in a few. Arms come up. Exhale behind the back, puff up the chest. Exhale forward, arms overhead. Hands to the low back, then to the floor. Step back to plank. Go through your flow. Stepping or jumping forward. We'll reach for our strap as we come up. Okay, so same idea with the grip here. We're gonna row. Okay, so the right hand is gonna come forward, up, and back, left hand up and down. And we're just going to continue in this way. Again, just getting the...
I think I'm doing this wrong. Hold on.
Let me see.
So you're saying up and back.
Uh-huh.
And then what do I do with this one? Just go back.
Yeah, it's like a figure 8.
Oh, I see. I don't know if I'm doing it right. But
It takes a little coordination.
no idea what's going on. I see some comments though. Yeah.
Oh, we got more. And then reverse. Yanni's trying to deflect by reading the comments. He doesn't have to do this.
He's asking about if those are our yoga ranks. I'm like, yes, I'm a black belt in yoga. I'm just a blue belt.
Two more. Good. Relax the strap to the side. Roll your shoulders. Shake it out. Interlace behind your back. This time, puff up the chest and bring your right ear to the right shoulder. And switch. Keep pulling down on the wrists. And make some rotations with the neck. And reverse. Good. Bending the knees, bring the arms up and overhead. Hands to the low back, then the floor. This time, fingertips on the floor. Lift the chest, straight arms. Tenting the hands. Step back with your right foot about 3 feet. And your back foot's at a 45-degree diagonal. And a little pyramid pose here. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale all the way up. Okay, so we're going to take a shoulder stretch with our pyramid. Level 1, you can do the grip we've been making this whole time. I'll switch so you can see. All right, so just your standard loose grip here. If you want to, you can see about hugging your elbows together. When you do this, think about squeezing your shoulder blades together like you're trying to squish a grape in between your shoulder blades. Okay? If it's available to you, you could take what we call reverse prayer, where the hands come together, like you're praying behind your back. If you're taking a reverse prayer, the heels of your palms are touching. Push your elbows away from you. Push your elbows towards the wall behind you. Okay, so any of those hand variations are good. When you're ready, begin to lean over your front leg, relaxing your head towards the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, lifting. Keeping whatever hand variation you have, we're going to just reverse the feet. So you're going to turn the other way and fold over the other leg. Inhale, lifting up. Turn yourself to the middle so your feet are parallel. And then we'll all take the loose grip version. Puff up the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the low back, and then drop them forward to the floor. Good, hands to the hips, inhale all the way up. Turn your front toes back so they're pointing toward me. And we'll take a triangle pose with a shoulder stretch. So I'll show you from this angle. When we come into our triangle, typically we have the hands reaching towards the ceiling. When we do our triangle today, we're going to turn the palm away from you, bend at the elbow, knuckle touching the low back, and then open up your shoulder. You might be able to sneak around and catch the inside of your thigh as well, and we're going to hold for 5 deep breaths. I'm on my fingertips here.
Dwayne's in the chat.
Hey Dwayne, thanks for tuning in.
I have a feeling he's usually working at this time though, so I doubt he's participating too much.
Yeah. What does Dwayne do again?
Well, I'm not sure the specifics, but I know he goes to different locations to work on some sort of technical type thing, like cameras or something.
Interesting. So you can unwind that top hand, and we'll hop the back foot forward to forward fold. Let's reset the hips. And then when you're ready, fingertips to the mat. We'll step the opposite foot, my left foot, back now at a 45-degree. Arms straight, chest up. And then hands to the hips, straight back all the way up. Good. So again, any hand variation that you're comfortable with, I'm going to take the reverse prayer and push my elbows away. Exhale, fold forward. Make sure that the heels of your palms stay glued together, and the higher up you can get that prayer on your back, the better. Inhale, coming up. Switching the feet. Exhale, forward. Inhale, coming up. Bring the feet so that they're parallel. And we'll take the loose grip with the hands. Straight arms, puff up the chest. Exhale, dipping forward. Hands to the low back, then to the floor. One more deep breath. Good. Hands to your hips. Inhale all the way up. Good. We'll actually step the feet together. And we'll just take a standard shoulder stretch, thumb facing down. Bring the arm across, pull it across, and slightly up. And then switch, thumb facing down, never pulling directly on that elbow joint. Good, relax, and then we'll take the left elbow, pull it up and back. Keep your chest and chin lifted. And then relax. Good, roll the shoulders. Good, relax the shoulders down. Inhale the arms up.
No, Dwayne just told me exactly what he does. He said works for does building maintenance for Wells Fargo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I knew it was for banks and stuff, but I wasn't sure. I know he used to do stuff with like cameras. Or
Go
something.
through your flow. This time we're going to jump forward into squat. So the feet come outside the hands. Elbows dig in, keep your chest lifted.
And he misses us, so we miss you too, Dwayne, of course.
Aww.
And soon enough, soon enough.
Yeah, I miss everybody a lot. And from here we'll come right into a butterfly. So feet together. Pull them in nice and close, chest up. And then you can dig the elbows into the knees and bring them forward. Good, slowly coming up. We're going to take fire log. If fire log is not comfortable, you can take one ankle in front of the other. Otherwise, flex the feet and stack the shins, align with each other. And use your hands to press on the top of the knee. Keep flexing your feet.
This is one of the things like I try to do often. Ever since I first started doing yoga with you, I remember this is always a stretch. I was like, I'm making sure I'm always doing this. A lot of people have very inflexible hips, so I always try to teach them to like focus on this. You know?
Yeah. It's weird. Sometimes when I do my triangles, I'll like find myself going like this sometimes.
Yeah, so this is good for a triangle because it keeps the knee at that angle that you want, and you'll be able to figure four without them stacking you. So it's kind of like you're doing the stretch on your back.
Basically. Your piriformis stretch. Okay, and then keeping your legs where they are, you can relax your arms. We're going to take a shoulder stretch from this position. I'm just going to turn around so you can see. I'm going to use my right hand first, roll the shoulder back, and palm is facing down, fingers away from me. My other hand is going to press on my fingers, and I'm pushing the heel of my palm down. The heel of my palm is not touching my other hand. So it's just, I'm grabbing my fingers with my other hand and pressing down.
Yeah, I can't grab my hand and keep my elbow straight.
Really?
Yeah, this is where it is.
So Yanni is a perfect example of someone who would need a modification. Yeah.
Yeah, because once I grab, my elbow has to bend.
So you might need to use like, honestly, for stuff like this, I prefer using like a sock or something because this is like really long. But you can just pull instead.
Feels like an arm bar, but that's alright.
As long as the arm you're stretching is straight.
Yeah, I see.
It's a good forearm stretch too. For me at least, I feel it in my forearm. Good, and then relax. Then we'll take the other arm. And you can bend your elbows to get into the stretch first and then extend the elbow.
No, I can't straighten it.
But you've had shoulder injuries too, right?
Yeah, I have.
Not that I haven't. I've had a couple shoulder injuries. Not from jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I've had a bunch over the years and probably never did any sort of routine where I'm working on my shoulder flexibility, so I think, plus I think guys have stiffer shoulders than girls in general.
Yeah, good, and then relax. And we'll unravel the leg right into, so if you're inflexible in your hamstring, you can use your belt here too. We're gonna be extending the leg, okay? Flex your foot, back straight. Deep breaths, toes toward your face. Roll your shoulders back toward you. Keeping your knee as straight as you can. And then gently rebend. And we'll switch the cross of our fire log. Flexing the feet and pressing the knee.
Let me see. Now I can read the chat because I see more people jumping in. Joe Campese's in the chat. What's up, Joe?
Nice. One more deep breath. Good. And we're going to be doing another shoulder stretch from our fire log. So I'll show you, there's lots of levels here. So the full expression is this one, where your hands are together and you're drawing the elbows away from each other. If you have shoulder injuries or just tight shoulders, that's maybe not possible for you. A really nice modification would be using your belt just gonna pull down on the belt. So my supporting arm is basically locking out here, and I'm pulling down to stretch out my tricep, and this feels really nice too. If you want to try to connect your hands, you can begin working your hand up the belt, maybe until your fingers touch. Keeping the chest and chin lifted here. One more deep breath. Bottom arm, let's go first. Then the top arm, roll it out. And we'll switch. Left arm comes up, bending, palm facing the back. And then you can grab the strap with your other hand and either pulling down nice and tight with a straight arm, or creeping your hand up the belt as much as you can. I feel like this stretch especially helps me when you are pulling my arm over my head like a Kimura in the triangle.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm really like, I don't know if I would be able to not tap if I didn't have flexible shoulders.
So we'll just tap. We just wouldn't even handle the position. You just gut it out because you know your shoulders can wrap around many times over.
And then slowly let the bottom arm come down first, and then roll your shoulders out. Good. We'll take the top knee into the foot. Feel free to use your belt here. Puff up your chest. Extend all the way. Flex your toes toward your face. Roll your shoulders back. Pushing that heel away from you. Flaring the toes. Good. Slightly rebending into a comfortable cross-legged position. All right, we're going to take eagle arms. It's another shoulder stretch. Left hand is going to come underneath. Left elbow comes underneath the right elbow. Bring your knuckles to touch. If that's easy, go ahead and bring the palms to touch. So these are our eagle arms, and we want the twist to line up with our midline here. Once you have your twist, squeeze your lower abs and then lift your elbows away and up and away. So you should feel this maybe a little bit in the lats, a little bit in your scapula. Your scapula are basically moving apart here. One more deep breath. And then relax. Let's open up the chest because we just sort of scrunched up the chest here.
Tyler's asking if you're immune to Kimuras. I think
maybe not his Kimuras, but only if I don't see it coming. But I'm catching on to his rolling Kimuras too much now. Yeah. So now right arm comes under the left arm. Knuckles first, then maybe palms touch. Line it up to the center of your body, elbows up and away. The higher you can get those elbows, the better. And then relax, hands behind the back, puff up the chest. Good, straighten out your legs. We'll just take a gentle fold forward, sliding the hands towards the ankles. Alright, so we're gonna take a pretty intense shoulder stretch for the front of your shoulder. Lean your weight back into your hands, fingers facing away from your body, and just very slowly start to walk your hands back. And whenever you feel like you need to stop and hold, you stop and hold. So you should be feeling this in your front deltoid. Very slowly walking up. And we'll counter that with a forward fold. Good. Coming up, we're going to take that stretch one more time. Walk, walk, walk. Maybe a little bit farther than you did the first time. And there should be no pain in your elbows here. And walk it up. And go ahead and lean forward. Good. Coming up, we'll swing the legs back behind you for a little foot stretch. So we're tucking the toes, making sure all your toes are curled under, and we're sitting up nice and tall, shoulders stacked right over the hips. And we're just stretching out our jiu-jitsu feet here.
Definitely feel it.
Yeah. Good. Bring your fingers forward, untuck your feet, and then sit back on your heels. Lean your hands back. Now we're going to stretch the opposite, your ballerina feet. So we're coming onto the point of your toe. Oh, let me show you with the other one first because you can't see. Okay, see how my toe is pointed?
So you want to sit like this?
Yeah, so you should be feeling this in the front of your ankle. This is also how I get out of a lot of things.
Yeah. Flexible foot so you don't get toe hold or ankle out.
And then release, and we'll switch. Good, relax. Bring your hands forward. Okay, so we're gonna take a variation of child's pose specifically for your shoulders. This can be an intense shoulder stretch, so see what works for you. We're coming forward like a child's pose, but we're tenting the fingers. After you've tented your fingers, we're gonna come up almost like you're on your knees. So you're sticking your hips up in the air, fingers, and then sink your chest towards the floor, and you'll feel this in your shoulder. If you don't feel it, then keep walking your hands forward until your hips are over the knees or past the knees. If it's too intense, you can always inch your hips back. Okay, so my chin's on the mat. Do you feel it, Yanni?
Yeah, I'm like having trouble holding the position. It's hard.
I know, it's very hard. You gotta kind of find your personal sweet spot with this one. And then when you're ready, relax the arms down. Slide your hands back to a regular child's pose.
Joe wrote a trademark thing under Jiu-Jitsu feet. Those of you who don't know, I stole Jiu-Jitsu feet from was it Dustin Deans? I did a seminar with him.
Really?
He's the one who said Jiu-Jitsu feet and ballerina feet, and it was very impressionable on me. It's one of my favorite expressions ever. Clean Deans.
Clean Deans.
He's a good instructor. He's a little bit crazy, but he was a good seminar. I think Joe knows some crazy stories from when he trained with Pablo Popovich.
I bet. We gotta get Joe back on the live stream. I like that one. We're gonna do a couple stretches either up against the wall or any piece of furniture that you have in the house is fine. Let me see. Okay, you can see me over here fine, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can just turn this a little bit, but then we're going to see the other camera. Excuse the corner there, guys.
So if you're up against or arm's length away from whatever you're leaning on, we're just going to stretch some of the pec and front shoulder here. So I want my hand in line with the shoulder and then press the palm into the wall. Heel of the palm touching the wall. So this might be enough for you. If you're not feeling it yet, turn both your shoulders and your hips away from the hand.
It's on my forearm a lot.
Yeah, some of you will feel it even in the bicep. It depends where you're tight. Some people even feel this in their fingers. Which is honestly another thing jiu-jitsu people are tight in their fingers.
Spider guard.
Yeah. Poor men's hands are like.
Oh, I believe that.
You turn the hips back.
Guys, check out our spider guard video this week. It was really good.
And we'll replace the hand and turn the other way, making sure that your hand is shoulder height. Taking deep breaths into your upper chest here. And then turning back and shaking out the arms. We're going to do the same thing, but hip height now. So it's a slightly different angle. All right, heel of the palm, turning away. Good, coming back, replacing the palm, turning away. Turning in. Okay, opposite hand in line with eye level or your ear. And turn away. Hips and shoulders. I find this to be the most intense of the three.
This is intense on my bicep the most.
Yeah.
The one down low is actually more intense on my shoulder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely feel this more like in the pec and front deltoid area.
So these are good stretches, I'll tell you what. Don't do these stretches. I got to.
And then turning in, and we'll switch. It's also a lot. I know you have a TRX. I wish everybody at home had a TRX because there's a lot of cool stretches you could do for your shoulders on the TRX.
Oh yeah, I haven't hooked that up in a long time, but
yeah.
We have an off-brand TRX.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a
I never noticed that it was bootleg.
I looked for it on Amazon. It was just.
Good. Stand up against the wall, or if you're using a piece of furniture, you can do this seated as well. Okay, so the back of my head's touching, shoulders are touching, knuckles touching the wall, and then slide all the way overhead. And then we'll take Americana arms. And Kimura arms. This is actually easier standing up than sitting down. Relax your arms. Let's try that sitting down, actually, just so you can feel the difference. So the reason it's harder is because when you're standing, it's easier to arch your back. So here, glue your low back to the wall, glue your shoulders to the wall, glue the back of the head, take the arms overhead, knuckles touching, and already you might feel
my hands are...
that it's more difficult, And then...
My arms are like a Y. You're like an I. They're completely different letters.
And then we'll just take an Americana. And your Kimura. Oh yeah, the Kimura is harder for me this way for sure. And then relax, roll your shoulders. And then we can move away from the wall.
Let me fix this. Okay, here, make sure that...
Okay, and then we'll just do some neck stretching here. Bend the right elbow, knuckles behind your low back, roll the shoulder back. Opposite arm, right arm is going to come out shoulder length. Pull your fingers away from you and turn your head ear towards the right shoulder. So you're reaching those fingers towards the side wall. Take the fingers up towards the ceiling. Good. Repoint the fingers. Bring the opposite ear to the shoulder. Keep rolling that shoulder away and back. Right, left palm gently pushes the head downward, nose towards the armpit. Good, and then we'll switch. Opposite hand bends, knuckles facing your back. Extend your fingers. Turn your head, ear towards the left shoulder. And then flex the wrist, fingers up. Some people don't feel a difference with the fingers.
Oh, I do.
I feel a huge difference.
Huge everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially when you're holding it for a few seconds, then when you lift the fingers.
Mm-hmm. And then repoint. Turn the hand back. And then the hand gently pushes the head down. Good. Relax the shoulders, arms forward. Honestly, when I first started jiu-jitsu, people tell me when they first start jiu-jitsu, specific muscles get really sore.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was my neck muscles.
Your neck, yeah. From people either grabbing your head and then having to resist, even just holding your posture, you use your neck. Yeah.
Honestly, I think because I played mostly guard, looking up while I was like this, like constantly keeping my head up.
You're using those neck muscles to keep your head up.
Yeah. One more deep breath. Good. Coming up. Let's take the arms up and over. Grab your right wrist with the left hand and pull the shoulder up. And then we'll twist to the side. Inhale, lift. Regrip. Pull up. And over. Very good. And then we'll just take a little side stretch here. And switch. Good. And our last stretch, we'll just switch the opposite ankle forward.
Always do that. Feels awkward.
I know, it's awful. I wonder, who was that kid on the Zoom call yesterday who said he was coming to yoga?
Chris.
Was he here?
I don't know. Well, he isn't chatting, but he might be. We have a lot of viewers.
How many?
Well, right now we're at 7, but we were up to 10 before.
Oh, cool.
Remember when Tyler saying when we first started, I asked if you had neck issues from jiu-jitsu. Next morning I woke up and my neck was killing me. Oh, you had asked him, I guess.
Oh my god, I might have.
And then you jinxed him forever. He's never had neck issues before. Nice going.
Whoopsies. One more deep breath here.
He's like, are you going to have neck issues tomorrow?
Good. Check the legs out and we are good to go. Thanks for joining. Next week we're going to do hip flexors.
Hip flexors. Very important.
Yes. If there's a specific theme that you want me to cover, you can always leave it as a comment and I'll put a routine together for those.
Yeah, definitely leave any comments if you'd like. Once again, we've been putting out lots of streams, but the entire streams are on YouTube. So if you guys go to our channel, you can actually see the playlist. So if you want to watch the one with when Joe was on, the one this week we did butterfly guard, as well as spider guard. Next week we'll be doing some more top game stuff. I think we're going to be working on taking the back and the gi and no gi. Also check out Ed and Dave's podcast. I will be a special guest, I think, next week. This weekend we're recording, so a lot of insight on that one. You don't want to miss that.
And we switched the Zoom to 4 o'clock now.
Yes, Zoom is at 4 o'clock. Make sure you check it out. Oh, good. Someone said less painful than last week. Who's T16 Skyhoppers? Huh? I'm sure they probably told us last time or something. I don't remember the name.
Did they comment last time?
They might have.
Oh, that might be my friend Randy.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Lauren. That's what you said. Or he said it, whatever.
Yay, thank you guys.
Very cool. We'll see you on the next one.
That was fun.